I'm Matt from Pride Tiger, and you're watching the 24 Hours podcast.
T-minus 4, 3, 2, 1.
Following is a 24 Hours podcast.
A band you're hearing a lot about, you're going to hear a lot more about. They're called Pride Tiger. Matt Wood, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, a group of lions is called a pride. Is there any play on words there in the title, Pride Tiger?
It's one of the many kind of stories we have for when we thought of the name. Yeah, there's many stories, but
Well, give us the best one. Give us the one you're going with.
the one that I think's the best is there's a Dio song called Holy Diver, and there's a line in that song where he says "Ride the Tiger," and we kind of got it from that. But among other things, it rolls off your tongue. I think it rolls off your tongue.
It certainly does.
Nicely.
Are you surprised by all the attention and hype that you're getting right now? Because, I mean, the word on you is all good, and that's never a bad thing.
It's very, very surprising. It's exciting times. We just did a big Canadian tour, which was amazing, and the album came out 2 weeks ago, and everything's been going good with that, so amazing, yes, in a word.
Give us the story on how you guys, the four of you, came together as Pride Tiger. You were doing double duty for a while there, is that correct?
Yes, I was, with a band called 3 Inches of Blood. Mike, our bass player, he was in a band called Streets, and we kind of met, got into records, got into trading records and thought, let's start a band. Kind of took a while, and then I ended up calling it a day with 3 Inches of Blood, and then we started this.
And judging by the name 3 Inches of Blood, I'm guessing you weren't doing like Celine Dion covers or anything like that?
No, no.
A little bit heavier?
A little bit heavier, yeah. Vancouver's best heavy metal band right there. Shout out to 3 Inches of Blood.
A lot of people make reference to a Thin Lizzy comparison. How do you feel about that? And do you hear it? And was Thin Lizzy a strong influence for you guys, or for you personally?
Definitely. I can't speak for everybody. I really don't mind. Thin Lizzy's one of my faves, and it's definitely there. I think that, maybe it's time that more people had a chance to get into Thin Lizzy. I don't know if they necessarily got their due, so. But no, it's great. I mean, it doesn't bother me at all. You can hear it, so I'm not going to
Oh, for sure you can, yeah. One of the, I guess one of the best things in the last 10, 15 years, whatever, to help market bands, of course, the internet. How important have you found that's been to help get the word about Pride Tiger out there?
Oh, huge. We got the MySpace thing, which is, on top of having a website, you get a MySpace, and that's the biggest thing going right now. And we met so many cool people, and I mean, the things you can do, the things a band can do, with the internet. Used to be, booking a tour was phoning places and weeks of, phone calls and long distance bills and things like that. But now it's a lot easier. I think it's great.
Well, you've got a huge powerhouse of EMI behind you. What kind of plans do they have for you? Where do they see you going? What do you think is the promotional launch plan for Pride Tiger?
I think that they want to see us go the distance. They've been really great to us so far, and we're very thankful for that. I think that we met some friends over there, and they're really up for doing this for a while, and so are we. This is what we want to be doing, so it's going great. It's a great pairing.
A lot of people also make note of the fact that there's very few bands where the drummer is the lead singer.
There's not too many anymore.
Well, the Eagles, Don Henley was
70s.
basic, but I can't really think it can't probably name too many others. Did you find that was a pretty unusual thing when you perform? People are not expecting the guy behind the skins there to be the front guy.
I think it's definitely kind of worked for the better for us. I think it's, everybody notices it right away, and it's definitely strange. You don't see it every day, but it hasn't hurt us in any way, really. I mean, it's a lot of fun for me to get to do, and a lot of people are stoked on it. A lot of people come up after the show and they're like, "Oh, I haven't seen that ever," and I want to do that or whatever. I play drums, I want to sing, so.
I always like to ask bands, you guys being local, and of course, obviously, Seafox was probably the first place that you heard your tune.
Yes, they're the best, for sure.
Take us back to that moment that you first heard your work on a radio station. Where were you, and how were you reacting to it?
I guess the first time I can remember was actually on the tour we just finished. We were on our way to Charlottetown. We got it from a Moncton station, and we were doing a show in Moncton the day after Charlottetown, and we were driving through Moncton, and we heard this big ad, Pride Tiger, you know, big like radio thing, and then they played the song, and I hadn't really heard anything up till that point. That was only like maybe 3 weeks ago, so it blew me away.
It's pretty cool.
Blew everybody away. Yeah, it's, you know, you don't expect to ever get that. You know, I mean, that's far and above what I could ever, you know, have expected. So it's, I love it. What can I say?
It's a really good record. It's called The Lucky Ones. Pride Tiger. Matt Wood, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Night, everybody.
24hours.ca